So, sing clap. I almost missed my hands there. That was a little, yep. All right. Welcome to A Couple of Delusionaries, the show where a long-term couple questions and tests each other on the comical, unreasonable, and downright delusional sides of their relationship. There's a little vulnerability, a bit of catharsis, and plenty of wondering how anyone makes love work. Because if you ever looked at your partner and thought, who even are you? You're definitely in good company. There we go. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's a good one. That was a good one, honey.
There's a good one. All right. So, yeah, everybody, welcome to A Couple of Delusionaries. My name is Sarah.
And my name is Calum.
And that's all you need to know about us for right now.
You know nothing.
You know nothing. So we have a little bit of a tradition around here. At the beginning of every show, we start, we like to kind of check in with one another as a couple and see how we're sort of feeling today in this moment, maybe this week, whatever, doesn't matter. So I would like to present to you the bowls of chaos, and they are skull heads. If you wanna pop one up. This is the gold one, but yeah, pop one up and show. That is one of the bowls of chaos. There's a silver one and a gold one. They're named after Chaos, who in Greek mythology was the primordial gap, the void before creation. The silver skull holds statements. The gold skull holds answers. We each pull one slip of paper from both skulls. We read the silver I statement first and then fill in the space with the gold answer. The cosmos will tell us how we're currently feeling because nothing says emotional growth like performing self-reflection over human romance. All right. So these are the bowls of chaos. This is what the universe has for us right now.
That's what it has in store.
Yeah. So let's pull a silver and make sure you don't mix them up. So you pulled a gold, so that goes second. So the silver goes before the gold. Okay? And you get to go first this time because you made me go first. You made me go first last time.
Pardon me. I think our relationship could survive anything except.
Oh, shit.
The way Disney classics are far superior to Disney Pixar films.
Oh, snap. Okay. I have to agree. I think I think that's the one thing our relationship probably can't survive.
So what's that saying? Is that saying that
We'll read it again. Think about it again. You went very slow on it. So
that tradition is better or that the new...
No, that actually like being animated by hand is far better than the...
So it's the work. It's the work you put in.
I would say so, the artistry, but
the man hours.
But the whole thing. So read out the statement again.
I think our relationship could survive anything except the way Disney classics are far superior to Disney Pixar films.
Yeah. We could survive anything except the way Disney classics are better and far superior to Pixar films. I mean, Pixar films are dominating. Okay. I will go now. Okay. I feel disconnected when you talk about the understanding that autocorrect knows we're all illiterate.
Have you tried to turn it off? You got frustrated and tried to turn it off. It's so much worse.
Oh my God.
It's so much worse.
I love that. You talk too much about autocorrect, honey.
I I do.
Yeah. Yeah. But it does know that we're all illiterate.
It did that, it
It's
does.
fully aware that people cannot spell anymore, but I do feel disconnected from you when you just keep talking about it. Anyway, good to know where we currently are emotionally
Mhm.
at this point.
The stars align.
The stars have the cosmos has let us know what the hell is going on right now. So, before we started, I had Caleb pick from behind my back essentially what we were going to be doing tonight. So this, my love, this is what you have picked. I hope you enjoy. I don't know if you know, have you seen anything on like TikTok, Instagram, whatever, of a guy named Therapy Jeff?
Never.
Never? Okay. Really? Like
No.
he doesn't come up?
No.
Okay. Well, he's great. I really like him. Shout out to Therapy Jeff.
Therapy Jeff.
Yeah. Um, he has some really like interesting ideas and things like that. And I believe he actually is a therapist that deals with like couples and psychology and stuff like that. So he's great. So here is questions you shouldn't ask your partner. But what the hell, we're gonna do it anyway. Cause he always says that. He says you shouldn't ask your partner this, but what the hell, go ahead, test your relationship. So guess what? Therapy Jeff. Here we go.
Oh, Therapy Jeff is a go-getter, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you'll see.
I'll see.
Every week the internet hands us new ways to overanalyze our relationships, usually wrapped in pastel text and labeled communication. And one of our favorite people talking about modern connection is Therapy Jeff, who somehow manages to make emotional safety sound achievable and communication seem less like a hostage negotiation.
Okay.
He shared on his social media specific questions you shouldn't ask your partner. And while Therapy Jeff says you shouldn't ask your partner these questions, but what the hell, go ahead and test your relationship, we said challenge accepted. That's right. We're going to answer every single question you're not supposed to ask in real time with no safety net and definitely no therapist present. Because at this point in our relationship, love isn't about avoiding the hard conversations. It's about willingly walking into them for content. This is Questions You Shouldn't Ask Your Partner, presented by Therapy Jeff's wisdom, powered by our denial, and fueled by the kind of emotional curiosity that once got Pandora into big trouble. Sorry, I was a little late on the ball with that one. Oopsie boopsie.
I'm gonna have my lawyer look over this.
Yeah, you're like, can we like cut right now? You picked this out. Are you ready for this? This is
Butters, can you proofread these documents for me?
yeah, get the dog in here. The dog will figure this out. Yeah. I hope you're ready for this because
You know he holds a law degree from Penn, right?
no, he's only 5. Oh, he's so cute. His little bed right now. He looks so cute. So adorable.
So adorable. No pictures for you though.
Anyway, of course I did this. This is me. I specifically went through, I think, an Instagram video and was just like, oh, okay, I'll write those down. So here we go. All right. You ready for this?
No.
Okay. You can ask me some. Of course. I won't ask you like every single one.
Okay.
I'm starting at 1. Obviously, I'm not going to randomize them. If you learned that I've been hired to date you as part of a social experiment where very hot people like me date complete losers like you, would you be able to forgive me?
No.
No.
No. That's like one of the worst things.
But that's like, doesn't that sound like a really good rom-com?
Yeah,
I
well,
mean, isn't
sort
it a
of.
rom-com already? Didn't it already happen?
Yeah, yeah,
Isn't
probably.
that isn't that, oh my god, I can't remember the one with Freddie Prinze Jr. for back in the day, She's All That?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Isn't that a thing already where it's like, "It was a bet, but, like, you didn't turn out to be a bet."
You didn't
Like,
see her take off her glasses.
exa I'm not wearing my glasses right now.
That's true.
Ah. Take out the hair.
Shake out the hair.
Well, actually, in that one, she didn't have a hair shakeout. His sister, who was actually played by Anna Paquin, cut her hair, and then she had the flippy thing that we were all like, "Oh, give me the flippy hair."
That's Anna Paquin?
No, her sister. It was Rachel Lee Cook, but the
Mm.
sister was Anna Paquin.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was Anna Paquin.
that's
I'm
crazy.
usually not wrong about this, so I'm pretty sure it was. But yeah, you didn't really answer the question though. You just said no.
Yeah, no, but the
But
thing
if
is
you found out tomorrow that, like, hired to date you as part of a social experiment.
like, are you on a yearly salary or
I know, it's like
it's been quite a long time.
I know, I know. Okay, but continue with your thoughts. Sorry, I interjected.
Yeah, no, that's a big old red line that has been crossed, right? Like,
Really?
yeah, it takes everything you are and crumbles it all up into just a like it completely takes away your autonomy and any sense of self-respect that you would have, right?
You?
Yeah, no, it's just a horrible thing to do to somebody, right? Like,
Yes. But are you talking about casual dating, or are you talking about, like, now that we've been in a relationship for almost 10 years, and essentially it's like, we're in love, we have a life together, but this is just a social experiment.
well, then it's really twisted.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But what if it's not just a social experiment? Like, it started out that way.
Oh, that's different then.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying is, like, this is like a rom-com.
Are you still collecting the
But I'm
paychecks
talking
or
do you still get the money? Is there a bonus? What I'm saying is, if the beginning of our I mean, this brings up something interesting too, that somebody in your life accused me of only dating you for some twisted revenge plot, and it took us dating for 4 years before they finally went, "Oh, you guys actually like each other." Okay, thank you for validating our relationship, but, how narcissistic is it of you to say that everything is about you? Like,
Mm,
what's your problem that
uh,
you think I'm just out for revenge? I don't even think of you. So, mhm.
yeah, I mean, like, very, right? But
Sorry, I let loose there just for a second.
no.
Just a little bit. Whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What if our relationship did start out as a revenge plot?
Well, as long as it still isn't, I guess, then yeah, you're
Yeah, then
in
it's like
rom-com
yeah, yeah,
territory,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I started out just for revenge, but I fell for you. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm, mhm. Yeah.
but the thing is too, just like saying because I don't think a lot of relationships begin great anyway. Because you're just like, I mean, what's the point in starting a relationship anyway? You're hot, you got a good personality, and we have sex. Let's be in a relationship,
Yeah.
right? Like, you don't I find you don't get into, like, the really deep, hard stuff until later.
Yeah. Well, I think women take longer to fall in love than men, to be honest.
You think women take longer to fall in love than
Mhm.
men?
Yeah.
Why?
I think women get infatuated quicker, but they take longer to fall in love than men.
Okay, prove your work.
Prove my work.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? I think I don't know, I've lived as a woman, so I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, no, no. I think so. Prove my work.
Why? Go into the why,
Well,
please.
I've lived as a man.
Okay, continue.
I mean, I don't have the data on me, but there is statistics that say men fall in love quicker.
Yeah, but we're going from your point of view, and then you completely we're just like, "Oh, statistics."
Mhm.
Yeah, you're just sidestepping. Why do you think men fall in love faster? What's going on there?
I guess because more often I've seen women leave a man early in the relationship, right? Later on, it's 50-50 or some other ratio. But early on in the relationship, maybe I talk to more men or whatever, but they're like, oh, I'm so into this woman. And then you look at them and they're like, yeah, well, I don't think she's that into you, right?
I think the weird thing is too, you're coming at this from dating in your 20s, maybe? Because we've been dating since we were 30.
That's true.
So, like, literally in our 30s, we haven't been with anyone else. I mean, that you know of.
That was
That's
big reveal.
no, 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 no. I sleep every night with the dog in the bed. That's about it.
You bastard.
Yeah. He's a good cuddler, though. I mean, he's so fuzzy. It's awesome. It's like having a teddy bear that's alive. Well, except for the teddy bear, like, kicks you, it cuts into your ribs when it needs to move. Little bugger. Okay, you get number 2. Let's go. Let's go.
Imagine a situation where someone offered you money to go no contact with me for 1 year. What would be the minimum amount that would make you seriously consider it?
Okay, I need it. The funny thing with this question is I know therapy Jeff put this question up, but he didn't give enough context for it, right?
Hmm.
So, no contact with you for 1 year. Does that mean as soon as I take the deal, I'm signing the paperwork and then I'm just like piecing out? Do I have to like disappear? Like, do you have to not know where I am? Or is it just like I cannot talk to you? Or is it something where I sign the deal and then I have 24 hours to get like my affairs in order and I can be like, hey, I have to go no contact with you for a year. That's it. You know what I mean? Like there was no context on it. But I think you and I could both agree if we're getting $10 million, we can live with it.
I get half.
Well, technically, we're in a common law place, so it's like you would get half.
I think
I could go a year.
I think
10 million?
how I picture it, it would be when you sign on the you got to sign on the dotted line now, but we both have to be aware of the situation, but then no contact immediately after,
Yeah.
which would be
It doesn't say we both have to go no contact. It says you asked me, so I have to go no contact. It doesn't say you're not allowed to contact
so
me.
10 million is the minimum amount. You wouldn't do 7 million,
No, 10. 10. I'd say
10.
10.
Mm,
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking 12 just because it's 1 million a month. I could live off that income. Come on.
yeah, you'd be all right.
Yeah, I'd be okay. But like 10, if we're thinking like true minimum, 10 million, you and I would have like after that year, as long as you're not a little bitch about it, like we would be set. We would be golden. I could take that. I mean, you know, our financial situation, but I mean, I could take that and invest that and I could make that 20, 30, 40 million pretty fast,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Compounding, especially the markets have been great. I don't want to get into finances, so yeah, but
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? I would say 10. What's the minimum you would do?
Oh, I'm gonna have to use cents here. like $750,
Dollars?
49 cents.
Really?
No.
You're trying to piece out that fast?
Uh,
Minimum. And let's say the no contact is you're not even allowed to tell me. You're just like piecing out. Like as soon as you sign the deal, like they're like blank check, whatever you want, but you have to piece out for a whole year.
mm, I don't know, 100 million.
100 million?
Yeah, just to be like that
I
dishonorable.
guess, yeah, I made my.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like yeah.
It's pretty bad, yeah. I feel like you're coming over. No? Okay. Okay, cool. It's really bad. Just to be like, "Oh, I'm gonna sign this paperwork," and then I can't talk to you for a year. Because
Yeah.
the thing is too, you would think they're gonna move on, and they're gonna be so upset, and, like, how do you come back essentially saying, "Oh, I did it all for us, and it was the terms, and
And I did it all for
yeah,
the money.
I did it all." Well, I mean, people have done worse things for money, so
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It just feels despicable.
Yeah, but I mean, I put the terms in there that I was essentially like, "You have to peace out right this minute, and they can contact you, and you have to just sit there and be like, 'I'm not gonna contact you back.'"
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, it's despicable.
That's yeah. Well, how can you expect the other person, not for one, to go through, like, some grief of the relationship to be like, "I've been with this person, and now you're ghosting me," and not to maybe, like, move on as well.
Yep.
Therapy Jeff, that's whack, man.
Therapy Jeff.
All right, 3. How would you feel if you found out that I've saved all my spicy photos and videos from my ex-partners, but it was because they were artistically done, so you know it's art? So we're talking dick pics, baby.
Oh, all of your ex-partners.
Yeah. How would you feel if you found out that I've saved all my spicy photos and videos from my ex-partners?
Well, I mean, not great, but it's not as visceral of a reaction as one might expect.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
that's the thing. Am I like
eh,
am I pulling them up? Mind you, if I'm taking them and I'm like, I'm gonna color grade these and then I'm gonna
yeah,
add
well,
in some, you're like, ooh, this might work.
but no.
I'm starting my own gallery. It's the Men Who Were Haunted by Me Club.
Yeah, Ghost of Christmas Past.
The Ghost of Christmas Past, yeah. That's my Christmas exhibit. It's just different, color graded penises.
And Santa hats
In Santa hats, yeah.
photoshopped on.
Yeah, fucking the balls are now bells, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
A reef cock ring.
ew, that's too far, no.
That's too far.
That's too far, you went too far with it, a wreath cock why? We're not making it sexual. I was more making it like yeah. But no, I don't oh god. I don't have any of that. I don't even save yours just because I find, dick pics so absolutely intimidating. Like, they don't look good. Mind you, I think I do have I think no, I didn't save the picture of your little bum.
My little bum.
Your little bum. Little bum. I think we're on 4 now. But yeah, you wouldn't be upset about that is what you're saying. Like, it would be like, "Oh, yeah, whatever."
Well,
No,
not badly
no,
upset.
but it specifically said so
You
it
should probably get
specifically
rid of
said that
them.
I was keeping them because they're art. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It just seems weird for you.
it does. It's just not me.
Mhm.
You have to imagine it's me, though. Okay, 4. 4.
Suppose you discovered that your previous relationship ended because I covertly orchestrated its demise, ensuring you were single so I could step into your life. Would you find this romantic or a red flag?
I have one answer.
Yep.
That's all I got.
I single-handedly turned your ex-husband gay.
Don't say. We have to cut that. I can't talk about that here.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know you got to cut it.
I have to cut that out. Cut.
It's
Dude.
fun. It's funny though.
I'm gonna have to. I'm probably gonna cut that, take it out, and just keep it for myself somewhere. Okay, just a wipe there. So, I don't know how you would have done it, knowing how my marriage ended. Not previous relationship, marriage. I guess. I mean, marriage is a relationship, but it was a marriage. If you did that, I need to know how. Like, I need you to build a PowerPoint presentation, because if you orchestrated that so that we could have the life together that we have now, you should probably have a medal. Like, how did you do that? How did you figure that out?
Yeah, Medal of Honor.
Why would I be upset about that? Because I went from that to now this.
It's a Purple Heart, right?
It's great. It's great. You did it. I mean, that to me is true love, to be like, no, I'll commit. I mean, it's complicated too, because we've known each other for forever. But if you were just like there, like, no, she's in a terrible marriage. Mind you, now looking back at it, thinking about it, we had started talking before I had separated, right? Or did we start talking? Yeah, we had started talking again before I had separated. So maybe you did. Therapy, Jeff, what do you know?
I do like that you find it endearing, but it is a terrifying thing to have done to somebody in reality.
Is it?
Yeah. It's manipulation through and through, right?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I guess I'm just not looking at it the right way. I don't know. Too many Disney movies, I guess, where it's like, no, the prince will kiss you while you're asleep, even though there's no consent. But
The princess will marry me.
exactly. Oh, so romantic. Anyway, I have no problems with it. Like, I'm cool. Am I on 5? Numero 5. Are we halfway through?
We're on number 5.
Are we halfway through?
Number 5.
Numero 5. Okay, 5 on Alive. Imagine a situation where someone offered you money to watch me make passionate love with my number 1 celebrity crush. What would be the minimum amount that would make you pull up a chair and watch it go down? And we already know who this person is.
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah, we know exactly. Like, as soon as they said number 1 celebrity crush, he was like, But we both agree, gorgeous.
I'll agree.
Gorgeous.
It would have been hot, but no, there's no amount of money.
Passionate love.
There's no amount of money. It would ruin the relationship. Like, if I'm being serious.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, you can be serious about it. Yeah.
Now, had we been just friends, I think I would pay to see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to flip the question. The amount of money I'd pay to see that, it'd be in the thousands.
No, not pay to see it. What is the minimum amount of money?
There isn't one.
That you'd pull up a chair and watch.
I mean, you're just asking what the minimum amount of money would be to end our relationship. I just don't think I could do it.
Yeah.
I don't think I could. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess when I think about it, I mean, there's just like a funny context to it.
Yeah.
But I think, if you get serious about it.
Yeah, and fantasy's a whole different thing.
Yeah, fantasy's great. I mean, trust me, I've fantasized about that plenty.
Yeah.
But, and now I will with you watching. I'll add that in. little nugget we can sprinkle on top. Um, but yes, I think in reality
Oh, weren't you talking to your mother about cuckolds earlier?
oh, stop. Caleb. Now I have to cut that. Yeah.
You want gold? I'm delivering gold
No,
here.
you're not. No, you're not. I'm just talking about stuff, and now you're bringing in too much. And I brought in too much. I probably still have to cut more of this shit too. Um, yeah, when we talk about reality, even if it wasn't your number one celebrity crush, say it was just, I don't know, like somebody else, right? Like it doesn't even have to be number one celebrity crush, just somebody else. In general, um, we're monogamous, and I think I should say that. I mean, I'm sure other couples do that sort of thing, and it's not a problem with them. Um, I don't think we would survive that
Yeah,
one.
I don't think so either.
No. I think it's an interesting thought experiment to say, "Oh, celebrity," blah, blah, blah. But I think in reality, if that was, like, gun to your head, you're not coming back from that.
No, I don't think
No.
so either.
No, you're not. Like, that one I think is yeah. So no money.
No, none.
That I think was another minimum too. It's the minimum amount.
If you found out that I accidentally played a key role in the death of your parents right before we met, would that change our dynamic or how you feel about me?
So,
Does that mean like,
which parent? It said parents.
yeah, both of them,
Both of them.
all three of them?
And like I found out now,
Yeah.
like almost 10 years in. Oh my god. So let's go. So with this, so we've still known each other since we were 15, but
Mhm.
it says before we met. Before we met.
Yeah, when I was 12.
You weren't 12. We didn't meet. We met in grade 10 math class. We were 15 years old.
Yeah, but when I was 12, I orchestrated the death of your parents.
No, it didn't say orchestrated. It said responsible, right? It didn't say orchestrated, right? What was the question?
Yeah,
Number 6. It's number 6.
I played a key role in the death.
Yeah. So, like, you were a 12-year-old who stole your parents' car, and then my parents were coming home from Walmart, and, like, you killed them.
Yeah, I ran them over, and then I backed up over them, and then I ran them over again.
But they were in a car. They don't walk. So, okay. But you know what I mean? Before we met, though, but, like, we met, like, a really long time ago. And I don't do math without calculators, but, like, would it change our dynamic?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it's an interesting thought experiment because now at this age, I would imagine I've been in therapy. I've had time to process the grief over both of my parents dying. Would there be an initial reaction of being like, "Oh my god, it was you." Yes. Yes. So would it change our dynamic? Yes. But forever? No. Because do you feel remorse?
That that's not in the question.
Well, context matters. Do you feel remorse?
I imagine I would, but I imagine if I felt remorse, you'd already know about it. So maybe no.
Yeah, you cut out because you moved too far away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, well, no, because it's saying that I'm only finding out now about it. But yes, I would imagine our whole dichotomy, like dichotomy, our whole the way that our relationship works would be incredibly different because of the fact that I would be like, he's rooting, and then once a year he on the anniversary of my parents' death, he goes and cries in a room. Like, I think I would have figured that out by now.
I go cry in the room. Oh, I should have got the sisters too.
Okay, I love my sisters, but only particularly one, and they need to decide which one that is. Okay, next. It's not up to me, it's up to them. 7. Oh, this is a fun one. If you had the ability to get rid of one of my flaws or imperfections, which one would it be and why?
Your OCD, self-explanatory.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Self-explanatory. You're not going to go into the OCD. So one of my flaws or imperfections, does that count as a flaw or imperfection? I thought flaw or imperfection was specifically like that sounds to me very, I mean, maybe it didn't say like flaws or imperfections to me means the body.
Oh, something about your body?
Yeah, like a flaw or an imperfection. Do you
No,
know
you're
what I mean?
perfect.
Aw. No, I'm not, but okay. I'm not, but okay. I get my boobs fixed. But anyway. Um but okay, so if we're saying that it is something like that, where it's like, okay, we could get rid of my OCD. Why?
Why?
Mhm.
Because it's very frustrating to live with.
Okay.
Mhm.
Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Well, it just is, right? I mean, it's self-explanatory. You know, sometimes I wanna put the dishes in the dishwasher
Like
in
a
a certain
goon,
way.
completely inefficiently?
No, it's always efficient.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. And we understand that I am better at Tetris than you are because I also have spatial reasoning and you do not. You want to get into this? We can get into this.
No.
No, but really, why? Like, it can't just be, oh, I want to put shit in the dishwasher a certain way. Why?
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 Because it's not fun to live in a house where you have to bend around backwards to arbitrary rules.
Yeah. I mean, the problem with the OCD too is that
And
I
they do feel arbitrary.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. No, I completely agree with that. They're arbitrary for me too, and that's why we're working on them in therapy because I'm like, "Why am I like this? This is so screwed up." Um, and trying to understand, like, internally why I have the compulsions that I have, but I will tell you 100% if I don't scratch that itch for the compulsion, it is so incredibly uncomfortable to live inside of my body. But the thing is, I think in my mind, is it so much more uncomfortable for me than it is for you guys.
Is it?
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm saying in my mind. And you're
Mm.
getting so defensive about it. I said in my mind. It's so much more uncomfortable for me
Right.
than it is for you guys,
Mhm.
right? Because of the fact that I'm always the one who's going around, um, with my compulsions, right? And most of the time, I don't even have you guys fix anything. I just do it anyway. But I can understand too, anytime it's like going to sit down for dinner. And then it's like, "Oh, I've gotta do this, I've gotta do that." And it's like everybody's finished supper and I haven't even touched it. I've barely taken 2 bites because I've seen all these things that it's like I have to fix this, I have to fix that, this is out of place. So, remember the other night, mom was like, "Can you just sit down and eat?" And I was like,
Mhm.
"No, no, I can't. I have to fix all this stuff.
Mhm.
Stress. Stupid stress." Alright,
Yeah.
alright.
Mhm.
I'd make you taller.
Mm.
Just while we're at it. What, 6'2"? That's good. That's a good height, right? 6'2"? Maybe 6'1"?
Maybe.
Yeah. You just wake up tomorrow, you're like, whoa, new
Whoa.
body.
Whoa.
I'm all the way up here. What do I do? Okay, we're on 8.
8.
Are you ready for this one? You ready? This one's big. This one's great.
Imagine you have the ability to know the exact date and cause of our relationship end. Would you want to know it?
So unfortunately, this is the Pandora's box one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather just live in ignorant sort of bliss, kind of being like, I don't want to know? But like somebody puts the box in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they're like, I'm just going to leave this right here. And you could know the exact, would you want to know the exact date and cause of your death? I can tell you if it's put in front of you, it's like a box and it's like in here is the exact date and the exact cause of your death. I can guarantee you most people are taking that. They can't help themselves. That's why Pandora's box existed, right? Was because of the fact that curiosity gets the best of you and you want to freaking know. So to be honest, I don't want to know, but would I open the box? Yeah.
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 Yeah, you would.
Because the thing is too, I also understand if I open the box, then I'm supposed to open the box. And then all that's happening is that all my decisions are careening towards the inevitable, right?
Well, what if it changed it, though? What if you opened the box and it said tomorrow because you opened the box?
Because you opened the box? But how would you know you changed it?
You wouldn't.
Schrodinger's future. Like, how would you know if you changed it or not?
You wouldn't know.
Yeah. Your future is both long-term and short at the same time. So, I don't know. Would you? Would you want to know or would you? No? And
No.
you wouldn't have like any curiosity.
Oh, yes, I would.
Yeah.
But I know it's better not to know.
What if it's just like you guys die together like the end of The Notebook in the old age home in each other's arms? You're like, oh.
Still wouldn't want to know.
You still don't want to know?
No.
We get our Notebook ending, even though they were psychos, but no, you still don't want to know?
No.
No, really?
I don't
Okay.
read spoilers.
I love spoilers. I have to know. Here's a good one.
Edward Norton's Tyler Durden.
You can't say that.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Snape killed Dumbledore. Yeah, that just happened. All right. If it was discovered that we are actually long lost siblings, would you stay with me and would you tell anyone?
Yes and no. In that order.
Oh, we'd stay together, but you wouldn't tell anybody?
Mm-hmm.
No one needs to freaking know, okay? No one needs to know, yeah.
And you're about to I don't bring that up.
Stop. Don't be gross. Don't be gross. Oh.
We definitely wouldn't have kids.
I mean, we can't have kids anyway.
Right.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, definitely no children.
But I mean, it says long lost siblings, but like full blood siblings or half sibling. I mean, it would have to be like half siblings.
Full blood siblings.
Well, you know what I mean? It just says long lost siblings.
Yeah,
but it's like,
you think our parents would have said something like, oh, yeah.
You know what the hard thing is, too? Because of the fact that both of my parents are adopted, right? So this is actually something that, of course, I have personally thought about is what if I'm unintentionally with a first cousin I didn't know about because my dad has no clue about being, like who his parents are or
Mhm.
something like that.
Mhm.
But at the same time, we come you come from a place where, that stuff happens all the time. It's gross. It's gross, but I mean, it's like it's a small island, everybody's related, it's disgusting. Oh, come on, we knew people who were first cousins and that was happening.
Yeah, well, keep it in the family.
To be honest, I know it's really gross, but, like, I think we would stay together,
Mhm.
right? We would just keep going to therapy and we'd be like, "Hey, we gotta sort this out."
This is a big
The
one.
difference is you say you wouldn't tell anybody, I would.
Yeah.
I mean, like, not intentionally, just like, "Hey, oh my god, we're actually a sibling," but, like, you know, I have certain people in my life that I would go to and be like, "Hey, I'm really screwed up, like, I just found this out." So we're on 10. There's only 11 questions? I thought I had more, but I guess we only have 11. There we go, we're at 10. But yeah, I would yeah, I wouldn't,
I actually read a whole short essay on siblings by Peter Singer. It's a great book.
um, well, I mean, have you heard of the term genetic sexual attraction?
Yes,
And it's essentially
from his essay.
yeah, it's essentially people who are separated from
Mhm.
father, mother, sibling, whatever, at a very, very young age, and then they meet them again. I actually watched a documentary on it, and it was very, very fascinating because of the fact that my mother, a couple months later, was going to meet her biological father for the first time.
Mhm.
And it's not something that I was necessarily going like, "Oh my god, what if she's attracted to her father?" It was honestly just something where I had watched the documentary on genetic
Mm,
sexual
yeah.
attraction,
Mhm.
and then a few months later, she told me, "Hey, I'm going to England so I can meet my biological father." And, like, everything was like, "What the I just okay, this is weird." Um It's one of those things where, of course, it's literally the most taboo topic I think that there
Oh, yeah.
is, right? And the documentary was absolutely heartbreaking because these people inherently had the social taboo of what I'm doing is wrong, and yet you have these very intense romantic feelings of essentially being like, "Oh my god, I've met my person."
Mhm.
Like, this is a piece of me that was missing, and like, ridiculously fallen in love with, like, my brother, my sister, my father, my mother. Like, unfortunately, there was some that was between father and mother and stuff like that.
That feels worse somehow.
I know.
All of it doesn't feel good.
It doesn't feel good, but
Ugh.
it's because of the fact that when you grow up with a parent or with a sibling or whatever, I mean, I would say the worst is, you know, unfortunately, when it's a parent you've grown up with, and then it's okay,
Mhm.
that's different. That one
Oh,
is the that
yeah.
one is like we can agree. There's levels, and where it's a parent that nurtured you and raised you, and then
Mhm.
it's that kind of incest stuff. That's really bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But, like, I lost my train of thought. I feel so bad for the people who have to go through stuff like that because there's not a lot of research on it out there.
Mhm.
There's not a lot of people who go through it, and then the taboo around it, and I would imagine the amount of, like, shame that you would go through would just be
Oh,
tremendous
yeah.
as a
Yeah.
human being. But at the same time, yes, I was gonna say, so us, like, you grew up with a sister, I grew up with sisters,
Mhm.
right? And because you grow up with them, you automatically kind of have like an ick thing,
Mhm.
right? Like, ugh, right? And I mean, that is, I don't know the technical term for it, but it is actually something that is biological, that you're
Yeah.
not supposed to be sexually attracted to people. But I think it's also like an exchange of like hormones, and it's also, there's social factors to it and everything like that. But it's like if you don't grow up with that person, unfortunately, there's sometimes things that happen inside of your brain that shouldn't
Mhm.
otherwise happen, but
I
it's biology. It's like biology recognizing biology and then essentially saying, like, this is the person you're supposed to be with. But at the same time, look at the fucking Middle Ages where everybody was marrying their cousins and sisters and brothers and stuff. I always found Game of Thrones so, like, stupid because it was like, oh, Jamie and Cersei. But at the same time, I'm like, weren't, like, just a couple, like, 100 years ago, wasn't everybody, like, marrying their uncle and shit? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like, why does it I mean, they're twins and it was gross, but, like, why does it matter?
I mean, you've heard of the Habsburgs, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Might be some of those in my family tree, not
Mm,
100% sure, but yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Your
right?
great uncle Habsburg?
No, 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 no. Mine is, Myberg.
My
Yeah, Myberg. So I don't know, right? Like, yeah, pretty gross. Okay, where are we up to?
You have a one-time you sorry. You have a one-time use time machine, and you must use it to alter something in our relationship. What are you going to use?
Is it something I did or something you did or something we did or just I have a one time so it's a disposable time
A disposable
machine.
time machine. You gotta pee on it, and if there's 2 stripes, you can go back and
I can
change
go
the
back in time. Okay, I need to make sure that my pH is good and I hydrated that
Mhm,
day
mhm.
so that we can go back in time. Okay,
And you
one
must use it to alter something in our relationship. What are you going to alter?
okay, context. Our relationship from when we started dating or our, like, entire history?
Entire history. That's a time machine.
I don't wanna talk about I don't wanna say what I would do, but I think you know what I would
Yeah,
do.
I do.
Mhm. I oh, I think I know what I would do to make sure that that didn't happen.
Mm,
What I'm thinking. Like, if I think of kind of chain reaction, butterfly effect shit, there was that time where you and I were drinking
mhm,
and this stuff. And then, like, the next time we saw each other, I was, like, dating somebody else,
mhm.
and you were like, "Oh, I thought we were dating," but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would I would change that.
What would you do?
I wouldn't have gone for the other person.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably would've worked.
Yeah. Because I think this is terrible. I think I mean, I hate to say it just to kind of be like, "Oh, well," but, yeah, to be honest. And it's awful to say it, it makes me a bad person, I might just cut this anyway, but yeah. Yeah,
I get it.
I think it woulda I think it woulda changed a lot of trajectory for both of us because of the fact that at the end of the day, I should have never been dating that other person, right? And,
Mhm.
like, you had shown so much interest in me for so long. But my concern is that if I go back and we're dating when we're younger, that we're not together now.
Yeah.
That I stop that one thing from happening, or maybe I don't. Maybe I picked the wrong thing and then that still happens. But then you and I are not that thing still happens and you and I are not together now, right? So it's hard to say, "Oh, I'll change something and then it'll make things better because maybe it doesn't. Plus, I've now just created a branch universe as opposed to like a main timeline.
All right, get out the whiteboard. Get out the whiteboard.
But do you know what I mean? Like that's part of the problem is that it's like
unforeseen consequences.
Yeah. That's not the real universe anymore because like we have to assume that this one is. So I've just created some, crazy wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, oh, I'm not in the right universe.
Yeah, and then you start to slowly fade.
I've got to play the song at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. You know how this works.
I know how this works.
Yeah. Anyway, what are we up to? Do we have one more?
We do not.
That was it?
That was it?
Give me here.
Oh, wait.
No, I think we have an 11. No, don't. Okay, don't read it.
No. I read...
Oh, you did. You read the
11,
last one.
So you got to read number 10.
Okay. Yeah. Oops. This one's just silly. If a genie offered you 3 wishes, but there was a 10% chance I would disappear from your life forever, would you accept those 3 wishes? 10%. So is it 10% on each wish or is it 10% for all 3 wishes? Because if it's for all 3, 10%, I think you can lose that. You can, but if it's 10% on each wish, that's 30% chance.
No,
that's insane.
That's higher than 30%.
No, because it would be 10% on each wish.
Statistics.
Statistics. Okay.
Chance. No. Unless the first wish can be
that the 10% goes away.
Yeah.
She can never disappear from my life ever.
She can't disappear.
It cannot happen.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No, it's disappear from your life forever. So that would mean nothing, like we never met.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's not just like I get, snapped and then
no.
Blipped. No, essentially.
She never existed.
Yeah, I never existed in the first place.
You never had bones.
Yeah. Bones. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm curious. Is it a 10% chance on each wish but it says disappear from your life forever. So that means I wouldn't just like disappear right now. I would disappear in the fact that like we never met. You would never have any memories from me. It would be all gone.
Yeah.
Like, let's go big doomsday. We're going to go doomsday. Let's go big doomsday.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like something that would be in my right to choose, right? It feels like looking into the clockwork of the universe, and it's like, yeah, no. And also, I'm making that choice for you, too, right? Like, it's just not...
Yeah, but you get wishes.
Nah.
I'm a genie.
They're overrated.
Are they? Okay. So let's fuck this up. Let's see. Take away the 10% chance. You just get 3 wishes. You just rub a alcohol bottle on the street tomorrow and there's a genie inside of it. It's like, hey, what do you want? I got 3 wishes. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, where are your 3 wishes?
What are my 3 wishes?
3 wishes.
3 more doodle. What are my 3 wishes? Yeah,
what are your
Instead of saying 3 more doodles, I want a doodle, and then I want another doodle,
and then I want another doodle. That's so wasteful, but okay.
Oh, what would I wish for? I don't know. Yeah.
Any?
I don't know what to wish for. I don't know. What are your 3 wishes?
What are my 3 wishes?
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I mean, I feel like they would just be stupid at the end of the day. It would probably be, we never have to think about money like ever again. We travel, right? Like we have the ability to just go and travel. and you don't have to work anymore. Like, right? Like,
Oh, those are so mundane.
I know. As I said, they're just so stupid. Like, they're nothing big. Like,
I
I don't give a shit about world peace or anything. Sorry if I like, not sorry, but no, like,
I was thinking,
yeah.
like, know the secrets of the universe, be able to choose the day I die,
That's so okay. Sure. If that's what you want.
phenomenal cosmic power.
Phenomenal cosmic power. No, to be honest, I would love it if we could just like go traveling. If like pretty much the whole year we're just like living out of a yacht, going scuba diving,
No, that does sound
freaking
fantastic, don't get me wrong.
traveling all these different places and like eating all this different food and meeting all these different people and just like take the take the doodle with us and just go. Like that would be awesome. And you don't have to work anymore. And I mean, you're leaving again tomorrow, so
So teleporters.
teleporters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and the ability to fly. That would be cool. Third wish. I want to be able to fly.
Right into the ceiling.
Why not? I mean, I've thought about stuff like telepathy and telekinesis and
Oh, superpowers.
invisibility, and I'm like, dude, I think flying and like also like not only sticking under 10,000 feet because of the fact that I'm like, oh, I can fly, but I still can't breathe up there.
Yeah.
No, I want to be able to like fly and then go super high and be like, oh, I can still breathe because like I'm awesome. Like, you know what I mean? To me, it just that one, I'm like, that one will work.
They'd
That
be
one
pretty
would work.
cool.
Yeah, like I'm cool with that. But you, secrets of the universe.
She
What
ca
would you do with any of that knowledge? Like, why would it matter?
She can't fly, but she can leap over tall buildings.
I
Well,
asked you a question.
what would I do with the secrets of the universe?
Yeah, why would any of that matter? No one would believe you anyway.
Probably not.
No. So why would it matter?
Because other people's validation isn't necessary.
I feel like if you knew the secrets of the universe, you'd just blow your own brains out. You'd be like, I'm done.
Possibly.
Oh my God, Cenobites are real. Bang.
Oh my God, it really is meaningless.
Yeah. Pretty much. Oh my God. God is real. Ah!
The Mormons were right.
The Mormons. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess my wishes are just stupid. I guess my wishes
No,
are
they
stupid.
sounded pretty awesome. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God, we could just go tomorrow and
Yeah, no,
go
100%.
traveling.
That sounds
and,
like a great life.
and to be honest, it would really be nice too, because as I said, the one where we don't have to worry about money, and would also just be really nice to know that like I could look after my family and stuff like that, and that everybody would be okay. The only problem is that we know looking after other people with money does not help them. It hinders them. It makes them worse. It doesn't do anything.
Often.
Yeah. Yeah. So unfortunately that's just a position. Wow. Okay. I guess this one turned out to be a little bit shorter than we thought it was going to be. We're only at an hour and 4 minutes. So this one, I thought I had more than that, but I guess I don't know. I kind of like I put this one together and I was just like, yeah, that'll work. So thank you. I mean, another shout out to Therapy Jeff.
Yeah.
I watch him. You don't watch him.
No. But
I watch his stuff. I think he's absolutely fantastic. That's why I put this together, because I was just kind of like, he was like, go ahead and answer them. And I was like, yes, I will.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, no. So I thought
here's
they
a
were
bunch of
fantastic.
divisive questions.
At the end of the day, what do you think? Are we stronger? Are we crazier? Are we gonna break up? Like, what's up?
Delusional.
Are we delusional? Yeah, probably just a little bit. To think that we could ever freaking answer these and anybody's ever gonna watch this, yes, we're delusional.
Delusional.
We are absolutely delusional on that part. But what did you think? What are your thoughts?
Oh, they were good. They were good questions. They made you think.
Anyway, I thought those were good. I would have liked more though. I think like 20.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Because unfortunately, I'm sorry, therapy, Jeff. Those were not challenging enough. Like, can you give us maybe go like hard next time? Give us something. Now I'm challenging him back. I'm like, give us something better that we can use for this.
Would you kill your doodle or your spouse if you had to make a choice?
Oh, you.
I got to take him out first.
Yeah. You guys got to go into the backyard and wrestle it out, to be honest. But yeah.
Knife fight.
Anyway, I think this made us stronger as a couple. I think I know you a little bit more now.
Do you know me a little bit more?
Yeah, I always thought you were so money hungry, but for some reason you are just in real life, not when we're on the podcast.
I've never been money hungry.
Mm-hmm. Can you?
I've been means to an end hungry.
Means to an end hungry. Well, yes, and that's why I said my wish was to be like, okay, we don't ever have to worry about money. Anyway, I don't know how to close this out. Last time we just closed it out super quickly, and now it's like have time, but I don't know how to close it out. How about
Cut to a clip of Butters?
How about we do this? All right. Shout out to Therapy Jeff for those awesome questions that I don't know, made us stronger. Yay, Therapy Jeff. Yeah, those are really great. And of course, basically, yeah, you guys can look up Therapy Jeff on his social media that is, everywhere. I saw him on TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. So it's absolutely great. And yeah, we'll pass it off to you. Would you ask your partner these questions? And do you think you kind of like ask them seriously, or you sort of mess around like me and Caleb did, right?
And what problems do you foresee?
Yeah, and what problems do you foresee with these questions? I would say I don't know. I didn't think they were crazy at the end of the day, to be honest. I think some of them are a little bit like, oh, but like this. And all in good fun. All in good fun, of course. I'll have to find out later if you answered all of them seriously or not.
Like completely truthfully.
It's completely truthfully. Okay.
Scout's honor.
I can't. Is it this?
Is it
that? Is it this? What was this?
That hurts.
Ow, my fingies. I smack my finger on the table too, like when it went down. So that's not good. I don't have a outro for this show at all.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what our schedule is. I think the only thing that we can really say at the end of this is probably like to keep it delusional, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So to all of our one viewer that is my mom out there.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. We have to cut that. We can't say her name in here. Just my mom. My mom, I love you. Yeah, to anybody who cares to watch any of this, who thinks, I don't know, we're okay, we're all right. We want to just say, hold your partner tight and keep it delusional.
Keep it delusional.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it.
Three, two, one. Clap, clap,